Good morning, Central Texas. Welcome to Kiss Community Connections 103.1 Kiss FM. I'm Phyllis Jones, your host for this morning. As we know, okay, first of all, y'all know, let's say it again. I'm not happy right now because heat's coming, you know, and I get irritable when it's hot. I just do, you know, past 85 and my brain starts going somewhere else and it goes to, ugh, you know, so when it's real hot outside and you say something to me and I'm like, some weird person, it's because it's hot outside. Okay, I just turned to be weird at that point. But okay, today we're going to talk about Relay for Life, and as we know, we're talking about cancer, all types of cancer. Not just one, we're talking about all types of cancer. So I have Cleo here, and she's the expert. I know she's gonna go.
Kind of, sorta.
She's gonna say no. She didn't say that. But she's also a cancer survivor, and we're gonna talk and we're gonna learn about where we should be for Relay for Life, and also we're gonna learn more about cancer because you know all these illnesses all of a sudden pop up and we have no cure for them. And it looks like the most deadly ones we don't have a cure for, but the smaller ones we can cure. I don't believe that. I believe it's a cure for all of them, but you know, agencies make more money the sicker we are. Everybody makes more money of us being definitely ill, and somehow or another we keep becoming that way, but we gotta fix that. But good morning, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, Miss Phyllis?
I'm doing great. I'm ready.
Looking good like always, girl.
Well, thank you. Now, she over there, she waiting for me to answer that kick punch question.
Yeah, she about to catch me off guard, y'all. So if she does, it's all on Phyllis. No, not really.
But first, what is Relay for Life? Before we ask when is it?
Hello, y'all. My name is Cleo Vandersam. I'm 2015 Hero of Hope for American Cancer Society Relay for Life. What Relay for Life is, it's a walk that American Cancer Society puts on. It's actually American Cancer Society's biggest fundraiser for cancer. And it's worldwide. It's not county-wide, it's not town-wide, it's worldwide. This goes on all over the world. What it is, it's a relay that Mr. Gordy Platt started 33 years ago now.
Wow.
And what he did is he took one day and he said, I'm going to walk for 24 hours. Dr. Gordy Platt, I'm going to walk for 24 hours. And I want people to donate while I'm walking. And that started in, I want to say, 05, so it's 32 years.
Okay.
He started this walk and he raised money. And he's seen, wow, I can raise money for cancer awareness. So that's when it began, Relay.
Wow,
so what it is, it's a fundraiser so we can raise money for American Cancer Society so we can put money towards cancer research.
Okay. And so this year, what day, what time, where is it going to be? I
want to plug Copper's Cove today because Copper's Cove is having their Relay for Life tonight.
What time?
They started at 9 a.m. They end at 12 p.m.
Okay.
So,
right. But where is it at?
It's at the high school, the junior high right down the street. I forgot the name of it.
Okay. So
okay. All right.
So when is Killeen's?
Okay. Killeen Relay for Life is on May 6th at Shoemaker High School, and that's on Clear Creek. Okay. At from 1 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay. So after we go vote, we need to come and relay?
There you go. Vote, relay. Vote, relay. But you can vote and come relay for a long time.
Yeah, there you go. We go vote and relay. Okay. Now, you're a cancer survivor.
Yes, ma'am. On March 25th, that marked my 3rd year to be a cancer survivor. And on March 25th, that marked my sister's 4th year as a cancer survivor.
Okay, great. Now, cancer. People say it runs in your families. It can run in your family. But what makes it run in your family? I'll put it that way.
Okay. My family and I carry the BRCA2 gene. Okay. This gene is a breast cancer gene. It affects your breast and your ovaries. The way we knew that we had a cancer genetic gene is when my mama got cancer back in 07, Ida Kent, rest her soul. When she got cancer in 07, they did a test and they found out that we carried the BRCA gene. Now, there's 6 kids and we're half black and we're half Mexican. 3 of us look black and 3 of us look Mexican. The gene comes on the Mexican side.
Oh.
Okay, my mom's Mexican, my daddy's black. The 3 that look Mexican, we all got the gene. Myself, my sister Yvonne, and my sister Rita Mae. We all got this gene. Now, 2 out of the 3, the gene mutated, which means it broke, and we developed cancer.
So so if it doesn't break,
you can be a gene carrier, but if it doesn't break, it doesn't mutate, you won't get the cancer. But you can still be a carrier.
Okay.
My sister Rita is a carrier.
So she'll pass the gene on?
Yes, but her gene didn't mutate, so she didn't get cancer. My gene mutated and broke. My sister Yvonne's gene mutated and broke, so we got the cancer. But all 3 of us had double mastectomies.
So what about the brothers, the family on the dad's side?
Everybody needs to get checked.
But your family,
the 3 that look black,
yes,
they don't have the gene. Now my niece Doreen, she's my sister, one of my other sister's daughters. She went and got checked, and the gene, she doesn't carry the gene, so her mother doesn't carry the gene. My 2 brothers, they haven't got checked yet, but it doesn't matter if you have nipples, you have breasts, so you can get breast cancer, men or women. So everybody needs to get checked. Now for my sister Yvonne, she got cancer, I was 47. She was 51 when she got cancer. So her kids, and she only has boys, have to start getting checked at 41.
Okay.
When you carry, like the BRCA gene for us, for instance, you carry that gene, and they tell, if I would have had kids, I got cancer at 47. My kids would have had to been checked from 37 up. So
how do you find out about the BRCA gene? I mean, is it a normally done test, or is it separate?
It's a separate test.
And will they do it? You have to have like reasons and all this?
You have to have reasons. It is so expensive to do this test. I can't tell you exactly how much. They don't want to test you for it. You have to have valid reasons. So my mama, they tested her and she had it, and she had cancer. So the rest of us had valid reasons to go get checked. But that doesn't mean your insurance is going to test you for it or say, okay, we'll pay for it. When I got cancer and when my sister got cancer, they said, okay, we'll test for it. My other sister went and got checked. I don't know when, but she had went and got checked. With me, when I found out we were gene carriers, I chose not to get checked because I told myself it's a 50-50 chance if I'm going to get it. And I rather not know and think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I rather not know, and if it happens, deal with it.
Right.
But my mom and my sister Yvonne, they got cancer before me, so I was mentally prepared what I would do if it happened. If it happened. But the only way you can tell is a blood test or maybe even a swab of the mouth. It's that simple, and they test. We're from Tucumcari, New Mexico, and my sister Yvonne was in Tucumcari when she got diagnosed. We have a cousin, that 4th cousin on the Jimenez side, 4th Phyllis, way down the line.
Way down the line, yeah.
Her and my sister had the same oncologist and the same family practitioner. They seen their oncologist on the same day. The oncologist is looking at his notes and said, Then he opens, my sister's, the same strand of cancer, the exact same strand of cancer.
Wow.
So he knew they were relatives.
Right.
So he called the family practitioner and he said, you got 2 cancer patients. I cannot tell them, and I know you can't tell them, but they are family and they have cancer, and it's because of the BRCA gene. So we live in a small town community of like maybe 3,000. So word of mouth.
Right.
They hooked up.
Right.
We knew it was in our genes. We knew it was in our Jimenez genes.
Wow.
So that's how we found out, because of Mama, and then Mama got tested, and then once they get tested and you can prove it, then some insurance will pay for it. But if you find a family member and you know they have cancer, and then your mama had it, your sister had it, your aunties had it, when you go to your doctor, speak up. You are your own voice. Speak up and let them know your family's history on both sides. Know their history so you can come and have a valid reason. Look, I am worried. This is what my mom had. This is what my sister had. This is what my aunties or my dad or my brothers had. Know your family history. That way you have your ducks in a row, so maybe they will give you that test.
Wow. Okay, you ready for my left field?
Girl, no, but go on.
Out of the ballpark question?
But go on.
Okay, now, and I'll say her name because it's fine. She was on the show before. A lady named Trudy. Trudy is HIV positive.
Okay.
And she's been, in fact, in 1991, they gave her 90 days to live. In 91.
All right. Well, she's had a long 90 days.
Yeah,
girl.
She's had the longest 90 days in history.
I'm looking for my sweat towel because you got me going over here. Go on, Phyllis.
And she literally looking. Okay, but she told us about the cancers that HIV patients that come from having HIV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she named 3 cancers that come from having HIV.
I don't know this, Phyllis.
Yeah, she talked about that on the show.
HIV.
Yes, because if someone tells you they got cancer or the whatever, she says they letting you know, first of all, that they're HIV positive. She said, they're not telling you that they are, but she said these 3 cancers came from HIV, people that are HIV positive.
I have never heard this. You're right. I'm going to have to Google this. So it's cancers that come from HIV?
Yes. She said, because she said...
what are the cancers that come from HIV?
She's actually Googling it right now.
Robert H. Lurie Comprehensive Cancer Center at Northwestern University. People with HIV/AIDS are at high risk for developing certain cancers, such as Kaposi's sarcoma, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, cervical cancer.
Did y'all hear that? Okay. People with HIV/AIDS are at high risk to develop certain cancers, such as, what is that? Kaposi's sarcoma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and cervical cancer. They say that they're at high risk of developing those 3 cancers. I did not know that, Phyllis. Yeah. Educate me, girl. Educate me.
She told us that when she was on the show, and I looked at her, I'm like, what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she said because when you all do cancer events, she said y'all leave that out.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to talk to them about it. And
she said because that needs to be, she said because when you talk about cancer and all the preventives and where it came from, she said that's never mentioned, that people with HIV positive are more susceptible to some of those cancers, and it directly relates back to them instead of the BRCA gene and all that. It can relate back to HIV.
Wow.
And she said that's never talked about when they talk about cancer awareness and all that. She said she's listened to all the awareness. She said, but never in cancer awareness is the HIV component brought in.
They promote certain ones more. They promote breast cancer more than they promote anything.
Yeah.
So this is good to know. This is good to know. Okay, people, I just Googled this. I'm not an expert. I just Googled it. So I'm just letting you know. I just Googled it, and that's where I got what I read you. It's from Google.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my throw you away. That was the because what I would like what I would like for you to do is to research that, and then possibly next year or somehow when you do Relay for Life, remember to include that component, because we have so many people that are HIV positive in our area.
Right.
Is Bell County, we hitting those high numbers. So that correlation needs to come together
as one in the cancer community.
Yes.
For those of you out there, and if this lady is listening, you can call 800-227-2345. Once again, that's 1-800-227-2345. That's our Hope line. They're open 247 every day, all day. So you can call that number and you can ask them for information on any type of cancer. You can get information, you can get pamphlets. They can help you out. If you have an appointment in Houston and you need a room to stay, call that number and they can help you get a room to stay. So, but for information that you don't know, it's 800-227-2345. 2345, and they will direct you to things in our community if you need them, whether it be an American Cancer Society, it may be another nonprofit group out there, but we're going to direct you to get to somebody in your community to help you out.
But I'm gonna go one step further.
Yes,
I'm just gonna introduce you to Trudy.
That'll work.
You know,
that'll work. That'll work.
Because she can help educate you with that, and then broaden the knowledge. And like I said, the more knowledge, the more things we know, the better things are. Because when she hit us with that, I was looking at her like
I was looking at you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was blown away. I'm like, cancer, HIV, who, what? When? How in the world? You know, I told her, I said, no one ever tells you that. She says, I know. But she told us so much that I think, and Joe was here, she told us so much about HIV. I'm like, they don't print this stuff. I mean, like I said, she was given 90 days to live. And this is 2017. So her 90 days has stretched longer than any 90 days in life. You know, so, and she has a lot of aspects that happen. But when she linked it with cancer, I was blown away.
I'm blown away.
So I was,
I've been doing relay since 13. Never heard this.
Yeah,
it's never been brought up.
See.
They haven't even never came up in the same sentence.
See, and now we know they're friends. You know what I mean? They're family.
Yeah.
So and people, and I think it's the hidden part of HIV, because once cancer was hidden. Right. You know, it's like you got to go, oh my God, oh, you know, no. And now we've accepted it. Well, with the HIV component, we need to accept that, because not accepting is not going to make it go away.
Nope, exactly.
But, and you might, together you all might find there's a different treatment. I mean, she's obviously getting treatment because she's, Trudy's still living. So, you know, we know that. But there might be something that you all need to research together and say, why aren't we learning about this? Because, you know, a young man, he was in his 20s. He passed away a couple of months ago. And Trudy said, what did he have? And I told her the cancer here. She said, he was HIV positive. He was who? She said he was HIV positive. What? And the first cancer that you named with that's hard to pronounce, that's what he had. And she said, no, he was, she said, I bet you was HIV positive. I asked some of his best friends. You know what they told me? Yes, he was. I was like, okay, thank you. She goes, what? I was like, so Relay for Life went to sleep a little bit. They need to wake up. Yeah. So I need you to wake up.
All right.
And throw that into the...
We need to be educated a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I looked at your face when you read it. Yeah.
I told you. You didn't. I called it right on here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild to me. That's really wild. And I don't have all the answers, but that 1-800-227-2345, they can get you answers for what you need, or direct you in the right direction to get you what you need. Yeah. And I'm talking about when I got cancer, you know, you research.
Yeah.
And I got a hold of anybody that had to do with breast cancer.
Right.
And I called American Cancer Society and I told them, look, I need as much information as you can give me. They sent me a box full of everything they had on breast cancer.
Right.
And then when I got in with the Relay, I called them again. I said, I'm going to be speaking with some young ladies and I need pamphlets. And they send me 25, 30 pamphlets of each one of those breast cancers. And then I realized it's not just about breast cancer. When I was going through chemo, sitting there and you're going through chemo with people who have brain cancer, lung cancer, you know, every kind of cancer. And you can't just take your blood out. You know what I mean? You can't take your brain out. You know, and I realized it's not about one cancer, it's about all cancer.
It's about cancer itself.
And that's why I wanted to be with American Cancer Society and Relay for Life, because they research about all cancers. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to, every penny I make is going towards research for some type of cancer. So that's why I do this.
And it needs to be done, because we have a new student in our room. He's 3, but he has cancer.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and we have a pre-K in our school, and she's going through cancer.
They're fighting it right now.
So she's in pre-K. Yes.
They should come to the Relay.
And she comes to school. Not first, she wasn't coming to school for a while, but now she comes to school, and it's cute because, you know, she has no hair, so the kids are okay with that. I I mean, and as you know, pre-K and kindergartens are the most vicious children in the world. And I mean vicious, not as far as being mean, but they don't have that. Oh, I shouldn't say that could hurt our feelings. They don't have that yet.
They don't have a filter yet.
Yeah, that it's not there. So people say they're not. No, they are, because they don't have that. They don't have that sense of, oh my gosh, that could hurt our feelings. I can't say that. They don't have that. They have the, I see it, let me say it. I say, but her, they love her. So through their own little selves, they're learning to accept the fact that she doesn't have any hair.
Wow.
They're accepting that. And when she came back to school, we're all like, oh, we're glad to see you back, But the most important thing to me is the little people have learned to accept her. They don't say, oh, look at her, she's bald headed. No, and it's very nice about it. So, but what I want to say is that today we have 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds with cancer.
It doesn't discriminate at all.
Yeah.
No age, sex, religion. It does not discriminate. It does not discriminate. And 1 in 3 people are going to be hit in some way, shape, or form with cancer, whether it be them, their family member, or a friend. And when it comes knocking on your door,
right,
or someone close to you, that's when most people get involved. Because that's when I got involved. I mean, before then, I knew family members who had it. When my mom got it, it knocked on my door, and I was like, okay. Mom was living in New Mexico, and I was living in Texas, so I was like, okay. When my sister got it, it opened the door, the screen door, knocked on my big door, When I got it 3 months after my sister, it kicked my door down and said, you're in it. What are you going to do about it?
Right.
So, I mean, it was close to me twice before. And me and my sister were diagnosed 3 months apart. We fought it the whole time together. We had our surgeries 2 weeks apart.
Wow.
And what's remarkable to me is on March 25th, 2014, I was told I was cancer-free. And then on March 25th, 2013, after they did her surgery, because they got it all.
Right.
She was cancer-free. From the day of her surgery, she was cancer-free. I wasn't told until after I had to go through all the chemo and everything.
Oh, wow.
Because once she got her PET scans and everything, she was cancer-free. Me, I wasn't. They had to remove 13 lymph nodes from the size of a grape to a golf ball size. The doctors were telling me, weren't you in pain? No. I said, I can't tell you what cancer feels like at all.
Right.
I can tell you what chemo feels like. Now, girl, I don't wish that on nobody. And some people handle it better than others. But I can't tell you what cancer feels like. And it's just the fact of the matter that sometimes you think you're healthy and you go in and you do a blood test and they find something. Yeah. So any lump, bump, anything that looks abnormal to you from head to toe, you need to go to see a doctor, because it could be cancer or it could be something else.
For anybody that's just tuned in, we're talking with Miss Cleo, and we're talking about all types of cancer, and we even found some cancers that we need to research.
We need some info on some of this stuff.
So, and the good thing about learning about cancer, and I'll say about Cleo here, is yes, I hit her with a question earlier. If nobody heard it, I hit her with a question, and I'm not gonna say I knew you didn't know the answer, but I kind of knew you didn't know the answer. And the only reason I asked that question, and I'll say it again, and then you can is because there was a lady on the show earlier this year. Her name is Trudy. And if you remember Trudy, she was diagnosed with HIV in 1991, I believe. She was given 90 days to live, and it's 2017. And she's still here. But we're talking about different things that come from HIV positives. And the one thing we found out was there are the 3 types of cancer. And when I hit Miss Cleo with it, she took that one of those Muhammad Ali jokes back. She took one of those, whoa, back there, and she quickly Googled it, and slam, bam, it's right in her face. And like I said, the good thing about her is the fact that she didn't say, that's not true, there's no such thing. She didn't say that. She Googled it and realized, oh my gosh, wait a minute, now I got more to learn, which is good, because you could have said, no, it's not, and she was wrong, and just let it go. But you didn't, you Googled it and got slam-bammed, and Now we know, and I'll say we, and we all do, we don't know everything about everything. Right. And when there's something new that comes up about it, it's important to look at it and research it, because we need, if things can be tied together, then we need to put them together and make the community aware that, you know what, you might not have cancer over here, but guess what? If you have this, you need to be careful of cancer. Someone with HIV needs to know that they need to be careful of cancer. They don't know that. They might not be told that, but they need to know. And the only way she know is because she's been HIV positive for all these years.
So she has educated herself,
yes.
And now she's educating others.
There you go.
And that's what it takes.
Yeah, because she let everybody know she didn't catch HIV from sex. Mm-hmm. Her husband was sharing a cooker with someone else, and she got it that way. Right. You know, she tells about her ups and downs, and her story would make you cry after a minute there. But when she threw the cancer part in there, I knew I was going to see you, and then I was going to say, hey, you know,
I was shocked.
We need to put stuff together, and like I said, and educate the public more. Because, you know, whereas you were saying the BRCA gene, I'm like, so, and while you were talking about the BRCA gene, my brain was going, so they don't have a BRCA gene. You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah, and there's BRCA 1, 2, and recently they've developed BRCA 3.
So the point is, what did they have in their system that caused it?
Exactly.
You said, oh, that's where I'm going. Mm-hmm. What was in their system then that happened? So now we got to find out where did that.
And as far as I know, it was. I don't know where it came from. I can't tell you what we had in our body to make us have it.
Right.
We just got it. But it is a gene. It is a genetic gene from my Hispanic, my Mexican side, from my Jimenez side, that we carry this BRCA gene. And it's crazy because my whole family, as long as you have Jimenez blood in you, you have to be aware and be checked. You know, I got nieces and nephews that are only 25, and they have kids. They have to be checked.
So let's say somebody's parent, mother. Let's pick on dads, because we never pick on dads.
Okay.
Because as we know, men can get breast cancer. Let's say someone's father developed breast cancer at 40.
40 years old.
40 years old. Mm-hmm. He has breast cancer. Yet he dies from being a diabetic. Okay, he had cancer. He didn't have to go through chemo because they removed the
breast tissues.
They removed the breast tissues, so he didn't have to go through all that other stuff. But he died of, let's say, diabetes. Should his family go get checked?
Yes. If there is a family member that has cancer, whether it's just one person in your family or 20 in your family, you mentioned it. They when you sit down at your doctors, it says, okay, mother, father, brother, grandparents, sister, do they have cancer? If one person in your family had cancer, you need to mention it. Right. You need to mention it. If those people were diagnosed with a genetic gene, you definitely need to mention it, because you're in that family, so you're part of the genetics, so you need to be checked.
Yeah.
So yes. You need to be checked.
Because some people don't think that, you know what I mean? They say, well, it was just one person.
It does not matter.
Yeah.
And then you find out down the line.
But it does matter.
It matters. It matters. It can save your life. That's what it can do. And then some of them will give you options, what you can do. For us, me and my sister who had cancer, we had to have a double mastectomy and an oophorectomy for me and a hysterectomy for her. The other sister who had it, she chose to have a double mastectomy, because there's an 87% chance for you to get breast cancer if you carry the BRCA gene. There's a 25% chance for you to get ovarian cancer. So they run together. They're not two separate cancers.
They travel.
They're one and the same. Now, I had to get a oophorectomy, which means I had my fallopian tubes and my ovaries removed. I have no estrogen in my system at all, and I can't stand it because these hot flashes get on my nerves. These hot sweats, they get on my nerves. But I cannot at all ever have any estrogen in my system ever again, because my cancer fed on estrogen.
Oh, okay.
So as a female, I have no estrogen in my system, and that for the rest of my life,
it throws your body
having
off.
Cancer for the rest of my life, I have to live with something because of that cancer.